If you're struggling to get your first sale on Fiverr or even grow your business, I'm going to give you 5 tips that will help your situation dramatically that you've probably never heard of. Just before we get into the video, my name's Ryan. I've been on Fiverr for over 4 years. I've been top seller twice and I've made over $100,000 on the platform. It actually helped me quit my job. And I've also created an in-depth course called Create the Perfect Fiverr Gig that actually sells. It's a no BS course where there's a video for every part of the gig creation process, where I explain higher level advanced marketing and copyright and psychology skills that really help people get over their fears, take action and launch their gigs. Like Gamze, after following my course, she made a gig which she was putting off forever and then she got 8 orders and actually quit her job. So if you really want to take it seriously, I've put a fat discount in the link below the video. So let's get into the 5 tips that you've probably never heard of. Tip number 1 is to charge more. So as a business owner myself, I will never look at $5 projects on Fiverr. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but by charging more, you achieve a few things. First of all, nobody's going to look at a $5 gig unless they're a really cheap client that doesn't understand the value you provide. Secondly, you cannot grow or profit without adding profit to the business. You don't just charge your hourly rate and work and just make a basic wage. You need to add profit so that your business can actually grow, so you can spend more time creating quality projects for quality clients. Plus, you might think you're more expensive or too expensive, but the client is the one that looks at your work and determines how much they're willing to pay. So start by charging more if you want to get noticed. And finally, you can use the popcorn pricing trick, which is going to help you make people pick the offer that you actually want them to pick. I go into this in detail in my course, but essentially you have your basic offer, then you have a really good offer in comparison to your basic offer, and then you have a much more expensive offer with a lot more stuff that they probably won't need. I know this sounds manipulative, but they can pick any of the offers. You just want them to pick the middle one, which is most profitable for you. I go in this in much detail in my course in the link description. Tip number 2, talk about your customers, not about yourself. When a customer clicks on your profile, that first line of copy that they see, you really want to hook them. You can learn some basic copywriting about hook, story and offer. Again, I go in detail in my course, but essentially you want that first line to really stand out to them. So to give you an example, you could waste your first line by saying, "My name is Ryan and I pride myself on making the best videos in the world. I've studied this and this. I've used Premiere Pro and After Effects." Or you can say, "Stop. I know you're looking for clicks, leads and sales. You don't need a pretty video. I use these lines forever." And it really makes people go, "Oh, they understand me." Yes, you're providing design or creative services or web services, but what does your business owner really want? They don't actually care so much about the website, they care about the conversions that it brings. So tip number 2 is to talk to your customer about what they need, not about yourself. That being said, you can add in a little bit later on some credibility talking about yourself, but you want to start with the hook. Talk about your customer. Tip number 3, probably one of the most important tips, is never package your gigs based on quality. So this is something I see all the time, and it's probably the reason people fail. Essentially, you don't want to have like a basic, standard and premium gig, with basic being good quality, standard being better quality, and premium being the best quality. Who is really going to go to your gig and not want the best quality? I understand what you're trying to do is trying to get them to click the premium gig, but you can really go around pricing your offer in a different way so that all your gigs are the best quality, so that you never have to try and charge more because you're going to do better quality work in the middle of the gig. This just kills customer relationships. It's happened to me before. I've ordered a thumbnail and then I've got a bad one back, and then they say, "Oh, it's another $20 for the high quality gig." No, all your gigs should be the same quality. What you can do is you can create a basic gig which is just the quality, and then add upsells so that they can add on extra features, but don't add quality. Always make all your work the best quality. If you're not proud of it, you shouldn't be putting it out there, really. Tip number 4 is to niche down so you get higher quality targeted clients. So there's really a curve, right? So the broader you go, the more clients you'll reach, but the less specialized you'll appear. And the more you niche down, the higher quality your clients will be, the more you can charge, because they know you're the particular guy for the service, and they're less likely to be able to compare you to other people. So for example, if your headline of your gig says, I will create your Wix, Shopify, WordPress, Podia, Kajabi website, SEO expert, well, obviously you look like you're just trying to get anyone that you can, which makes you look lower value. Whereas if you create separate gigs, I will set up your e-commerce Shopify campaign. This is going to be a lot more targeted. People are going to realize that you're the specialist that deals with Shopify and you're the one that they need. So tip number 4, niche down to get higher paying, higher quality clients. And tip number 5, really important, don't worry about the competition. So a lot of people are scared to get started with Fiverr because they think there's too much competition. But I'm going to give you 3 points now which will blow your mind. So number 1, your competition started where you were today. So there was a time when your competition, or the guy at the top, was at the bottom. He had no skills. But you've got to remember that this isn't all to make money right now, to make the big money right now. The sooner you take action and put yourself out there, you'll be getting paid to learn. So you're learning and getting paid at the same time. Whereas if you just practice before even putting yourself out there, in all that time that you were just practicing, you weren't messaging, you weren't networking, you weren't taking sales, you weren't having conversations, you weren't doing revisions. You're missing out on so many skills by holding back because you think the competition is too good. They started where you were. Also, not everybody needs the highest level guy. Some people need a quick and dirty thumbnail. That being said, like I said at the start, charge more and then spend more time learning the skills. Your hourly rate might not be what you want it to be at the start, but as your skills compound, you're going to have better and better projects to show. So you should really be making your work 1% better each time. And finally, part 3 of tip number 5 is, did you know there's 4 buyers for every 1 seller on Fiverr? So if you're listening to the right people and you're creating high quality work, there's already 4 buyers for 1 seller, but 90% of the sellers are doing things wrong anyway. So not only is it 4 to 1 on your buyers to sellers, but you could be in the top 10% of those sellers doing really high quality work with better gigs. So just remember, get started, don't look back. Just a reminder, if you really want to take this seriously, I have a course and I make no BS courses. I encourage you to take action, step by step. You'll be able to join my group, be held accountable, and finally launch your Fiverr gig if you've been putting it off. And if you do have a Fiverr gig, well, this course is going to show you everything from the start, from the headline, the description, the tags, and all the psychology, marketing, and copywriting that I've learned over 4 years of freelancing online, all jam-packed into like a 2-3 hour course, which is really going to get you results. It's usually $247. I've left a huge discount in the link just for people watching this YouTube video. So I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Have you got a Fiverr gig? Are you getting sales? Let me know. Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.